actually. So I mentioned I went to a music college in London. I met a friend there who I was in a class with, another guitar player, and he's Hungarian. So he actually did a few years at university. He joined a Hungarian band that were pretty successful at the time. They were touring a lot. He then joined another band, which he's in currently now, and but at the same time he wanted to do his own kind of side project, like as a sort of passion project, and he liked what I did with my band in London as a singer, and asked if I wanted to be involved. And I started backing and forth into Hungary, and just thought, you know what, I'm self-employed. I kind of want to see what it's like outside the UK, and yeah, I just kind of took the leap. It's been 2.5 years.
That is brave, I have to say. And it's not like it's more brave even than just going to somewhere like we were just saying, France or Germany, a bit easier for us to sort of move into coming from somewhere like this. But Hungary's a very different beast, isn't it?
It's very much in there on its own, in the middle. It is, but it took me, I owe this to the people that I know there, but it was a couple of months before I felt very comfortable there, Sort of knew everybody I needed to know in the music industry. Made a lot of friends very, very quickly. It's still a fairly small country especially in terms of the music industry. It's very small, but super tight. So everyone looks out for each other there, which was actually it was a very nice contrast to London. London's great; it's full of opportunity, and I owe a lot to being in London. But it was nice to see such sort of unionship between young musicians. Yeah.
And what would you say, because your music, and we'll hear little bits of it shortly, but your music is quite heavy, it's rock, but melodic rock.
Yeah.
What would you say is the sort of the most popular sort of sound in the music scene in Hungary? Is it sort of heavier in general?
Well, there's a great heavy scene, if you want to call it that, rock scene. There's lots of really cool rock bands. I think like most places, pop is still king, but
we're talking Eurovision type pop here.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because some of our very, very good friends, and I've just had a session with them, which I'll explain. But they were the Hungarian Eurovision entry.
Amazing.
They were some really good friends, and they're a rock band, which was a big thing in Hungary. A rock band kind of getting through to, because usually it's pop music, isn't it, for Eurovision? But yeah, they got through, and literally a couple of weeks ago, they sing in Hungarian. But post Eurovision, they've obviously got a lot of English-speaking fans from all over the world, lots and lots of them, as you can imagine. And they're putting together a 5-track English EP. But the singer needed me in to help him with his pronunciation.
Oh, fantastic!
So I was like, no, say it like this. Yeah, it was a fun session. Yeah.
See, you have your uses in so many different ways, Joe.
That's
well, let's play a piece of music that you've chosen now, which might give a bit of a sort of indication as to the route that you've sort of gone with your music. Yes, tell us why you love Panic at the Disco.
Oh, who doesn't? If you know who they are. Christy does.
They're great.
They are. Panic at the Disco. Well, I guess they started out as a kind of emo band. If people are familiar with that term, sort of I guess it's a rock subgenre, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they've been going since early 2000s, early to mid. But they've just had this, for me, a fantastic progression of songwriting over the years. It's really, I think they've always been great. They're a very theatrical band. Which I love. I'm a huge fan of production, stage production. Like that has me in my heart. And they've just been so good at that. Brendan, the singer, is just phenomenal, and as a songwriter, second to none, in my opinion. So their most recent album, which came out a few months ago, I think, it just blew me away, like all their albums do, to be honest. But this song is called.
Would you class yourself a super fan? Yes, I'm going to say that.
Let's say yes. Let's say yes.
So the first song we're going to hear is what and why?
So it's called High Hopes, and it really speaks to me in that it's a massive stereotype, really. It's he wrote it about being a young musician in LA and wanting the dream, like pretty much everybody in Los Angeles. And it was, he had the support of his mum. Which not everybody does in the music industry, the support of their parents, but his mum was fully backing him, and he yeah, it was just about having, big wide eyes and wanting to kind of go for it. And obviously he's super successful now, so fair play to him.